Welcome to Shooby Dooby Doo Wop, a podcast where we talk about pop music, specifically by deep diving a randomly chosen UK top 10 singles chart from the past. If only I could get through this, I'll be there till the end of time if you come back. What if I had never let you go? Where's your head at? Where's your head at? I'm Andy Robinson.
And I'm James Cook.
And which randomly chosen UK top 10 singles chart from the past are we looking at this week, James?
We are going to the 4th of December 2001.
That's correct, the 4th of December 2001. Now, since it's a December chart, you'd expect loads of Christmas songs, Christmas singles in it. There's none, is there?
Well, there's sort of one.
Okay, intriguing. In the top 40, of course, there are loads of great records. I actually bought things like Bohemian Like You by the Dandy Warhols, Family Affair by Mary J. Blige, Walk On by U2, Can't Get You Out of My Head by Kylie Minogue, and Because I Got High by Afro Man.
But the music world is tinged with sadness at this time because it is just a week after the passing of George Harrison.
That's right, I've got my descending tales of importance in music news. Not only has George Harrison just died, So Solid Crew have cancelled the tour after a shoot-in at a gig, and Steps are about to split up. The tragedy, literally the tragedy, whatever the dance move was.
In slightly more cheerful news, Lauryn Hill is about to give birth, and Billie Eilish is about to be born. Those two are unconnected.
Do you know, James, I saw Billie Eilish concert film yesterday in 3D. Well worth seeing, that is. However, we're in 2001. Let's get back to it. The Harry Potter film had just come out, Philosopher's Stone, first one. The Labour Party were having a massive surge of popularity. Imagine that, James. And the new UK news, I'm going to say, was coloured in the year of 2001 by foot and mouth disease.
You couldn't go to a farm without having to step into like cleaning fluid. You weren't allowed to just lick cows anymore. Where were you in 2001, Andy?
I was thinking about this, looking at these records. I think I was in America at the time. I was definitely at the time in America when George Harrison died, so that suggests that. And also, it made me think I knew no percent of this top 10. I bought no percent of it. I mean, some are in there. I'm not disengaged because, as I mentioned, with all the other records in the top 40, loads of great stuff. But this top 10, James, weirdly new to me this week. It was a discovery. What about
Are we
you?
going to reveal what you said when you saw this top 10 for the first time?
I can't remember what
When
was
I
it.
sent it to you last week?
What did I
Do you
say?
remember what you said? You weren't in favour of it at that point, so I'm intrigued to know whether listening to the songs over the last 7 days has changed your opinion at all.
We'll find out, won't we?
We'll find out.
But what were you doing in 2001?
I was trying to make my way as a stand-up comedian while also working a day job for a large utility company. And I think just before this was the first time I ever booked you for a gig.
Really?
Yeah, I think it was one of the first times we'd spoken or met just before this.
Oh, thank you. Was it a good gig?
Awful.
Right.
Not really. No, it was wonderful, of course.
Me and James, we are both stand-up comedians. We should point that out at the beginning for some reason. I don't know why. I think, Hey, we're pop music fans primarily at the moment.
Yeah. Yeah, for the purpose of this, and we're sitting down. The number one album on the 4th of December 2001, Swing When You're Winning by Robbie Williams.
Oh, yes, a covers album.
Yeah, the swing album that he did at the Albert Hall and stuff. That was all the rage. I've got some stats about this top 10, though.
I love your early 2000 stats.
There are 4 UK number ones in this top 10, but there were 31 number ones in 2001. That's quite a lot. There are 4 songs going down and 6 new entries, all of which are peaking, for a total net movement of negative 15. Once again, there are no songs going up in this top 10, and in the top 100, only 3 songs are going up the chart. There are 6 British, 1 British/New Zealand, 1 Dutch/Australian, 1 Irish and 1 Russian artist. There are 6 groups, 3 solo artists and a collab.
Great early 2000 stats by my reckoning. There are 8 songs about the complexities of love. 8 of them, all in a yearning manner, I'm going to say. There is 1 instrumental, so who knows what that's going on about. And there is 1 song inquiring of your psychological predicament. There are no examples of self-reference, but since we're in the early 2000s, there are 3 key changes, so I'm pleased about that.
You can listen to all the songs on our playlist that we've put together for you. The links are in the description. There's one on Spotify, there's one on YouTube where you can watch the videos, and there are another half a dozen songs on those playlists that are in the top 100 on the 4th of December 2001 that we're going to get into in our special bonus tracks podcast, the podcast we reserve exclusively for our Patreon backers, the people kind enough to help this podcast keep going. This week including Eminem and his disciples, Melancholy from Bell and Sebastian, Pomp from Muse, and an indie disco banger from The Strokes. You can join our Patreon community for free. The Bonus Tracks podcast costs less than £1 a week.
Please check out the music that we attach in our playlist. Not only does it make what me and James are going on about clear, it's also, an early millennium chart for you to get into, perhaps. I see no reason to hang around, so let's find ourselves trapped in the incomprehensible maze.
Number 10.
Down 6 places to number 10. It's a former number 1. It's only Westlife with Queen of My Heart.
And this is the first time we've mentioned Westlife in our history of this podcast, which is surprising because they had 14 number 1 singles.
Did they really?
Of which this is the 8th.
Blimey. So we're going to be covering Westlife a lot if we carry on this till our premature deaths.
It'll just feel like that. They're such a strangely British and Irish, I suppose, phenomenon, aren't they, Westlife? So massive here, but I was reading in the United States, their first single got to number 20, which is pretty good, and then that was it. In the States, they're a one-hit wonder.
The Americans aren't buying them, a bit like Robbie Williams, I suppose. Should we talk about Westlife first, about general? I mean, let's face facts, James. Here we are. Now we're on video. People can see who we are. We're not necessarily cut out to be Westlife fans at our age and at this time.
Although we're about the same age as Westlife. We're not a million miles away from them age-wise.
So there's that going on. I was always slightly dismissive of them. I listened to this record this week. I'm still slightly dismissive.
Yeah, it's not a memorable one. But I was thinking, of those 14 number 1s that Westlife have had, how many can you bring to mind?
No, that wasn't them. That was Boyzone.
Right. So first of all, that's not right.
Go on, give me a nudge.
I would go. Which ones do I know? Flying Without Wings.
Of course.
No, that one. Flying Without Wings. I can think of that one. There's they did a cover of Uptown Girl.
They did, yeah.
World of Our Own that's one of theirs. I don't know if that was one of their number 1s. We got a bit of world of our own, and then like 11 other songs, of which this is one that kind of, in my mind, have all sort of come together as one sort of amorphous blob of meh.
I should say early doors, James. This is one of the 3 records with a key change in it this week. Westlife renowned for their key changes, of course.
Yeah, that was their thing. And what was it that they did on their key change, famously?
They would be sitting on a stool and they would stand up. There he goes.
Yeah, that was their dance move. Because you come in the sort of boy band era that went from the 90s into the noughties. You had Take That, who were dancers as well as singers.
Yeah.
Weren't they? And then there was Boyzone, who tried to do some dancing on the Late Late Show and got ridiculed for it, so they didn't really do any. And then Westlife, who didn't really do any dance moves at all.
Nope. They concentrated on their beautiful harmonies.
Are they that beautiful, though? Or are they just fine?
Well, all right then. This record, James, Queen of My Heart, what would you say it's about first?
It's about 3.5 minutes.
And it's about to test our patience. It's all right, isn't it? I tried to get into it. It's a waltz, isn't it? It's in A, I think, of whatever they're saying. So here we stand in our secret place where the sound of the crowd is so far away when you take my hand and it feels like home. We both understand where we belong. So how do I say? And I say goodbye. We both have our dreams. We both want to fly. So let's take tonight to carry us through the lonely times.
I preferred your version of it.
It's better, isn't it?
Yeah, it's faster. Getting through it.
And then, of course, I always look back as I walk away. The memory will last for eternity.
Yeah, that has bothered me so much this week. That rhyme. You can't rhyme "I walk away" with eternity.
And all of our tears will be lost in the rain, and when I find my way back to your arms again, and you're the queen of their heart, anyway.
Am I?
Yeah, I tried to get into Paul McCartney this week, James, with this song. I thought arguably you could say it sounds a little bit like Mull of Kintyre. I love Mull of Kintyre, but nah, it wasn't happening.
There is a sort of Celtic undercurrent, isn't there?
Yeah.
But everything about it is so nebulous that it just isn't distinctive in any way.
Yeah, I had a lot of problem this week. I gave the charts a good listening to. I gave it a good right seeing to the charts this week. None of them, apart from one or two, seem to stick in my head, James, and this is one of them.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you there.
A lot of people were saying this is my mum's favourite record. That was all going on in the YouTube comments. So I think we're going to be bringing in Nile Rodgers quite early this week, and he might be repeated. What did Nile Rodgers want to say, James?
If a song gets into the charts, people have spent their money on it, so it must be good.
Yes. Did you watch the video?
Yes, I did. There's a theme to some of the videos this week, which is hanging around in abandoned, derelict buildings.
That's right. There's loads of them doing that, aren't they?
Yeah. Everyone in late 2001 was finding abandoned, derelict National Trust properties, breaking in and recording their music videos there.
And singing yearning songs of love. If the rest of it's anything to go by.
Yeah. Although I should point out that I think it is on the key change.
Do it.
The really depressing disco starts. It's so odd because basically it's the five members of Westlife hanging around in the empty building, and then there's the key change, and then loads of young women show up, and they're all dancing.
Loads of really attractive women. Why is that depressing?
Because they're dancing to this. This is not a floor filler, is it?
It is in that video, weirdly, on the key change. Loads of women think I must bust a move to Westlife.
Written by John McLaughlin.
Not that one, the jazz legend.
Not the one from Mahavishnu, despite the fact that Wikipedia keeps saying it is. It isn't. Yeah. It's John McLaughlin, who used to be in the punk band Psychiatric Unit.
I felt like I was in a bleeding psychiatric unit after listening. Go on, sorry.
And he co-wrote When the Lights Go Out.
Oh, yeah. Who did that? Blue?
No, the other one.
Five.
Body Shaking, which we've covered.
Who by?
911.
I love 9/11.
911. I Wish I Was a Punk Rocker.
Oh, yeah. What was her name? Sandy something, Tom?
Sandy Tom. It's also written by Steve Robson, Ivan Novello Award winner, who wrote loads of stuff for Busted, including What I Go to School For in the Year 3000. Also has writing credits on Shine.
S Club 7.
Nope.
Oh, take that.
Dance With Me Tonight and Troublemaker.
Ollie Murs?
Yes. And
how did I know that?
Also, there's four basically writers to this. There's Wayne Hector and Steve Mack. We've spoken of Steve Mack.
Yeah,
do you remember which 90s band he was in?
Remind me.
Nomad.
That's right.
Yes.
Nomad were the group of, what would you call them? Renaissance people, weren't they? Nomad.
Yeah.
Do you remember?
Yeah, if you go back to listen to our 1991 episode that we did, you'll hear all about Nomad and all the things that the members of Nomad went on to do, which are quite surprising.
I feel like we're teasing there. Can you remember any at least?
Yeah, one of Nomad went on to write scripts for Birds of a Feather. I remember that. But not Steve Mack. Both Wayne Hector and Steve Mack will feature again in this half of the chart, so listen out for that. What do you know of Westlife?
There's 5 of them.
Do you know what they're called?
Nicky.
Nicky Byrne. Played in goal for the Republic of Ireland at schoolboy and under 18 levels.
Did they?
He'd have an Irish number 1 in 2002 alongside the Ireland World Cup squad and Dustin the Turkey. And he was a Eurovision semi-finalist in 2016, but didn't get to the final.
I know of Brian McFadden, my favourite Westlifer.
Why is he your favourite?
Because he's a madman. I see him. I see him sometimes in the afternoon. He's on some television thing.
What are you watching? What's that?
So usually when I'm staying in a hotel, I just having a
Yeah.
flick around, and then he's presenting some program where he goes around, I don't know, a country house. And
Is he recording videos there?
video, yes. I very much like his style presenting, at least, more than his music. I wrote them down anyway. Give me some more facts about Mark.
I can tell you some stuff about Brian.
Please do, he's my favourite.
Co-wrote If My World Stopped Turning, which came 22nd at Eurovision in 2024. Now a member of the band Boys Life with Keith Duffy off of Boyzone, and they could have called it West Zone. He came fourth on Series 11 of Dancing on Ice behind Sarah Alto and winner James Jordan, but ahead of Melody Thornton off of the Pussycat Dolls, Gemma Collins and Joe Mangle from Neighbours.
Well done, Brian. You hit it to him.
There's going to be quite a lot of reality TV competitions mentioned in this week's episode.
I love it.
Just warning you now.
I love it.
Who else do you want to know about?
I want to know about Mark.
Mark Thehely, the most successful LGBT singer on the UK singles chart ever.
How do you mean?
Well, no other LGBT singer has had more chart success than Mark. He came third on the third series of Masked Singer UK as Robo Bunny.
What are you defining LGBT as? Loads of... What about Elton John?
He's had more number ones than Elton John. But,
God.
yeah.
All right, then. That's all right, then. I'm arguing with you, but you've done the research. It's surprising fact, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. He came third on the third singer of the Masked Singer UK as Robo Bunny, behind Natalie Imbruglia and Charlotte Church, but ahead of Michelle Williams, Alan Jones, Tom Chaplin, Will Young and Heather Small. What a lineup. There's Kian Egan, who won Series 13 of I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here, beating Steve Davis, the techno DJ, Carlton from The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and Joey Essex, amongst others, and Shane Phelan, who is married to Kian's cousin.
When we do Westlife again, I'll be testing you on some of them facts. I don't be too anti-Westlife, because, not them especially, but there's loads of other records by bands and groups and singers coming up that I think they've done some great records. However, now let's not do any spoilers, let's find out.
Number 9.
It's a new entry at number 9. It's Where's Your Head At by Basement Jaxx.
A very different confection to Westlife and the rest of the top 10, actually. I'm going to say this stuck out this week big time.
It did. It stuck out because it's different, and it stuck out because it's amazing.
You love this?
I do. I'm a big fan of this. What
Go
about,
on,
what about you?
Tell us why.
I think it's got a propulsive groove. God, does that make me sound like a mad old pensioner?
A little bit, but we're all right. We're, I mean, look at us, James. I haven't got the heating on.
It's got an attitude.
Yeah.
I think it's cool, man. It's like it's rock and roll. This dance anthem is a rock and roll record. It's
agree.
punk. It's all that stuff.
There's something transgressive about it being in the top 10. I was surprised. On YouTube, Matty2695 says, this is the official theme of the French Revolution. Quite like that.
Oh, very good. Hey, fun fact. You and I, Andy, were both alive when the last use of the guillotine happened in France. Because that happened way more recently than you think.
When was the last use? What year?
1977?
Yeah, we'll bring that we'll bring that when we do a 1977 chart. All right, then. This is old-fashioned, the guillotine. I thought this was a very new kind of comment from Conan7682. He's talking about this brilliant record and saying, I used to make Gears of War 1 sniper montages to this song. Different from me growing up on it, pressing record on a radio and pointing the mic next to it. They were making montages of their own video games. No point says, this is a great way of summing up this record. This feels like grabbing your depression by the throat and smiling in its face.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
It is a kind of sort yourself out record, isn't it?
Yeah.
Come on, pull yourself together. Where's your head at? Where's your head at? Who's the vocalist?
I do not know. I'm looking forward to you telling me.
It's a bloke called Damien Peachy.
Everything's peachy, everything's fine.
He's on this record and then kind of disappears and doesn't do anything else ever.
I approve of you, Mr. Peachy, for your life of anonymity.
Basement Jaxx, Felix Buxton and Simon Ratcliffe, who started DJing together at a club night called...
Do not know.
Basement Jacks
Makes sense.
in Brixton in the 90s. That's why the band are called that. They were going to call themselves Underground Oasis, but someone went to them. There's actually a band out called Oasis, so probably don't want to call yourself that.
All right, then.
So they have writing credits on this. Who else has a writing credit on this song?
I learned from YouTube comments a lot of people were saying there's a Gary Newman sample in it.
It's the dun, 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 that bit that's all the way through it. That is from the Gary Newman track ME, which I've listened to and is also great.
Okay, brilliant. Did you watch video?
Yeah.
No, it's pretty disturbing, the video. I'm going to
It's
say
like
as
a
well.
horror film.
Yeah, go on, explain it briefly.
A guy goes to this lab and he's
A record executive,
Yeah.
really, an A&R man, and he's looking for new talent.
and there are scientists there and they're talking to him about monkeys and he's like, what? And then they take him into a room and he sees the monkeys and the monkeys have the faces of the Basement Jacks and they're doing Where's Your Head At, and they're playing records and on instruments and stuff, and then they start smashing things up and then they escape, and then the A&R man goes into a room where he discovers the plan to basically take his brain out and put a monkey's brain in.
With the question, where's your head at? I mean, I've loved this song, James, for the last 25 years, because occasionally when I'm talking to people and they are telling me what's going on with them, I sing it to myself sometimes as people are explaining. I think, where's your head at? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Wasn't originally going to be called that, though.
What was it originally going to be called?
The original lyric was, "Where are my dogs at?"
Where's my dogs at?
It's not as good, is it?
No, nowhere near. Great choice,
No.
Basement Jacks.
Felix Buxton said, "It started as an idea about losing control and about states of anxiousness. Basically, they're the same divide between sanity and madness."
Nice.
Felix Buxton's dad was a vicar and wouldn't let him watch Top of the Pops.
And look where he ended up,
Yeah.
suppressing his natural pop tendencies.
Listening to the chart this week, and this rarely happens, because usually when I put the chart on, I'll put the chart on in the order that it is the first couple of times I listen to it, and then sometimes I'll put it in on shuffle
Me too.
to sort of spice it up for
Yeah,
myself.
of course.
But this week, on several occasions, when this one has played, I have gone back and just played it again straight away afterwards,
Great.
because I'm like, I haven't had enough of this song yet. I need to listen to it again now.
Scotty's Learning Corner says, sometimes I like to joke this song is saying, where's your haddock? And it is,
Oh no, don't put that in my head.
and it is in fact mourning the destruction of the North Atlantic cod fisheries.
Oh no, that's what I'm going to sing forever now.
I've got another good one from NZ3XX. They talk about how they used to work in a food factory and everyone would sing, where's your hairnet?
Actually, to be fair, I have a little bit been singing. I don't know if I think he was the president of Egypt,
Yeah.
Anwar Sadat. You can sing his name to the song, Anwar Sadat. I've
We
been
love it
singing
when a
that.
record does this, James. Lives on in the consciousness of other people and then they reinterpret it like a folk song. Who'd have thought Basement Jacks would be doing a
Yeah.
folk song?
They wrote a song about sanity and madness, and it sent everyone insane.
Number 8.
Down 6 to number 8 this week. It's a former number 1 as well. It's Blue with If You Come Back. I had to check the title. I'd forgotten all about it already.
Really?
Yeah, a little bit again, you know. I don't know what it is. I was wondering this week, James, about my lack of retention. I think it's either the songs aren't very good in this week's top 10 or, the start of the decline is happening. Find out next week.
Well, the thing is, right, we've heard Queen of My Heart by Westlife, and then this one comes along, and it's so much better.
Yes, it's more snap and pep to it, undoubtedly.
Yeah, it's got more life to it, and it kind of feels like it's about something. It's the kind of, oh, baby, I done wrong, please come back song, isn't it? It's the old pop staple.
Yeah. And as I mentioned, there's loads of them this week. All the songs about love. I mean, maybe this was part of my attitude to this week, because every song was the same bloody theme, really. I've done wrong, I miss you, please come back.
Yeah, there's a lot of bad behaviour in 2001 that people felt the need to apologise for. There's this, Osama bin Laden.
Okay.
Too soon. But I think this is all right. I think as boy band ballads go, this is a pretty good one.
Yeah, all right then. Can you remember how it goes? If I asked you to sing it,
If you
bit of
come
it.
back to my life, baby, give me one more time.
All right,
Come
that'll
back,
do.
baby, come back to my life. See, I can do that immediately.
All right,
Queen of
well
my
done.
heart, not a bloody clue. And I've been listening to it all week, Andy. I've listened to it every day for
Yeah,
7 days.
Me too.
It's not there.
Hashtag me too. That does feel like the correct use of that hashtag in this case.
Their third of 11 UK top 10 hits and second of 3 number ones. Duncan from Blue said, "We'd all been dumped by our girlfriends and we were really upset."
Oh, yes.
Duncan, I think you'd be quite happy to be dumped by a girlfriend, to be honest.
Let's talk of the others, a bit like we did with old Westlife Just. There was also Anthony Costa.
Heir to the coffee fortune.
There was also Lee Ryan, my favourite Blue. Actually, Duncan's my favourite in terms of performance because I think he's best at dancing and posing. Lee Ryan always fascinates me. We've talked of Blue before. What did he famously do after 9/11?
Well, this is the video. They were recording the video in New York on the day of 9/11.
Is this why you felt such a kinship to it? All right, then.
So that they had to abandon that video and come back to London to finish it off. What are they doing?
They're hanging around a street or a building and empty room.
Hanging around in a derelict building
Oh,
again.
go on, James. Let's mention what Lee Ryan said after 9/11, that terrible time. I always like a contrarian. This made me like him. Lee Ryan.
What
being
was it?
daft.
What was it he
He
said?
said we should concentrate more on saving the whales or something. I liked it. He was just bringing another point. And even in 2001, with the culture, everyone piled onto him. You can't say that, Lee. Well, he just does.
Yeah.
Simon Webb was the other one.
Whose solo stuff I quite liked.
I used to know a teacher who taught at the school Simon Webb's kids went to, and that they were saying whenever Simon Webb turned up for parents' evening, of course, a little bit of a hubbub amongst the other staff. You can imagine, can't you?
Yeah.
Pop star coming.
There's another Lee involved in this song, not just Lee Ryan.
Who?
Well, this is one of the writers was Lee Brennan from 911.
I love 9/11, don't I? I'm such a
911.
Big fan, such a big fan of them for doing.
We
it.
enjoyed Body Shaking when that came up.
Yeah, and that other silly one they did, the ballad that I can't remember now. Go on, carry on. I'm going to have a think while you tell me some blue facts.
So Lee Brennan co-wrote it, along with Nicole Formiscu, the Romanian-born flautist, and Ray Ruffin. What does that surname make you
Make me
think
think of Jimmy Ruffin and What Becomes of the Broken-Hearted.
That is Ray Ruffin's dad. And his uncle is David Ruffin from The Temptations.
In the video, this is a good point from Clip Perry, I felt. They say, when chains on pants were popular.
Oh, yeah, they are. There's a lot of sort of Next for Men style fashion shoots, isn't there? Element to some of these videos.
I thought it was interesting with Blue. They did consider some other names, didn't they? They did consider Burgundy and Eggshell and Khaki, but they went with Blue eventually, I learned.
Did they?
They were going to go for Aqua, then they realised somebody had it. They were going to go for Maroon, but Maroon 5 had already nipped it. They were going to go for Cream, Indigo Girls. I've just been thinking about bands with other colours for names.
If Blue teamed up with Green Day, they'd turn into Yellow and do The Race.
If Blue teamed up with Simply Red, they'd become Deep Purple. Blue had just done an interview. This was interesting, I thought. And the headline of this modern gazette reforming said, mental health wasn't a thing back then.
It was. Just no one talks about it.
No one talked about it, did they? So I suppose Blue is talking about the, as we've discussed before, the tribulations being in boy band. I mean, boy band often get dismissed as, whatever you want to call it. They work harder than nearly every other musician, from what I can make out, a successful boy band. Their mental health was suffering back in the day, and no one could talk about it, James. Imagine. That would be great.
We were all too busy being sniffy about them.
Yeah, great them days when no one could discuss their mental health.
And that was before social media So imagine the abuse they'd be getting now just for existing.
Cerise? I'm saying that's another name they could have chose.
Number 7.
A new entry at number 7. It's Calling by Jerry Halliwell.
Yes, another record I listened to all week, James. I still can't remember how it goes.
Yep, nothing. Nothing went in.
It's weird,
Can't
isn't
remember
it?
it at all.
All right, then. Nile Rodgers, blah, blah, blah. Let's talk about what we're doing about this record, which is certainly not the tune. What are the lyrics about? Another song, all of, I don't know, lament, isn't it? Yearning.
Calling out your name, burning on the flame, playing the waiting game. Bah, 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 bah.
It's not my cup of tea, this record, but here we are, number 8 in the charts. You know what I'm going to say.
What are you going to say?
I don't know. Let's
So we're
talk
not
about
allowed to have an opinion.
No,
It's
you
so
aren't. Oh,
it's so bland, and
It's
it
so
goes
bland.
on a while, doesn't it? It goes on a while.
Yeah. I
It's
think
bland,
so.
and then it is bland for ages.
Sarah Limek on YouTube says Jerry is a siren. There's a notion of a siren song, isn't there? She's calling your name or whatever.
Or that she should be put on top of an ambulance as it drives around.
So you're saying the siren that Jerry makes, the siren song, isn't so beautiful. It's more like...
Well, no, it's not that, is it? It's just
Nah, we're being
nothing.
daft. We're
It's
being
just nothing.
A lot of Russian people were liking it in the YouTube comments, which made me think about the spread of disinformation and Russian bots.
Do you think there are Moscow bot farms that are out there just to boost Jerry Halliwell's YouTube views?
It seems an unusual place to talk about that paranoia, doesn't it? In the YouTube comments of Jerry Halliwell, the Russians
Yeah.
are on it.
This is her 7th of 8 UK top 10 hits as a solo artist. She had 4 number 1 singles.
Well done, Jerry Halliwell. This is me applauding her, not masturbating gently for those listening on audio. And for those watching on video, no, can't be silly.
Co-written by Jerry with Peter John Vietes, former keyboard player with Jethro Tull.
Is he? Okay.
Yes. Once turned down the chance to be in Wings.
Did he?
He would also co-write the song Proud by Heather Small.
I like that record. What
Yeah.
have you done today to make yourself feel proud?
I'm doing this.
Blimey, that's a low bar.
It remains to be seen whether I'm proud of it or not. I read this story about this song. I don't know how true it is. Part of it sounds a little bit made up. After she recorded a demo version of the song, Jerry rushed over to see her personal friend, George Michael, who was at home watching Homes Under the Hammer and sending postal orders to everyone involved.
That's
and
one
she-
of our running jokes. We should.
Yeah.
Actually, that's one of your running jokes. And whenever George Michael's mentioned, you always go back and watching daytime TV and sending loads of money to people. What? It's a good one.
Thanks, mate. And she played him the demo of this song. And she said George Michael would only praise if he really thought it was deserved, as he was usually brutally honest. But when the song ended, he said, "You know what, Jerry? That's very good."
Okay.
So Jerry Halliwell said she took the demo to George Michael, and George Michael said it was very good.
I'll do. She wrote the lyrics I learned on YouTube. Everyone's saying how great the lyrics were. Again,
Are
you
they?
Again, you look at YouTube comments. I think I do not connect with any of you people, but yeah, I mean, you know.
Yeah, they're very amorphous once again, a bit like the Westlife song. It does feature the line, "No man is an island." What about the Isle of Man?
Oh, I'm liking us doing jokes. I was thinking about Jerry Halliwell. One of her big things is she wore that Union Jack dress, didn't she? That was made from a tea towel.
Yeah.
So I've been thinking about jokes, James, and then I thought I was going to tell a joke about my wife.
Right.
And I thought, you can't do that anymore, can you? You can't go, my wife, my wife. It's about
Yeah.
this one.
Also, you're not married.
There's that as well. Can I tell it about someone else's wife?
Be careful who's.
All right, then. I'm just saying my wife will be all right. I'm going to say my mother-in-law. My mother-in-law was watching the Brits when Jerry Halliwell, and she was saying, "I'd like to make a dress out of a tea towel." And I said, "You better get a beach blanket." Yeah?
All right.
Do you think? Is that good? Doesn't feel right when I'm saying it.
I mean, it's not the most topical joke.
I've got something topical. Do
Have you?
a jingle for me. This is interesting.
Andy's looked up what Jerry Halliwell's up to.
There's a recent interview from Jerry Halliwell where she's saying she is mourning her old life, not as a Spice Girl. She's mourning her old life when she was a wag in the Formula One. Apparently, she married some Formula One driver, and she misses being all in that lifestyle. You wouldn't think so, would you, after being in the Spice Girls? That's what you're most reminiscent of.
I really wish I'd done the research properly for this, but I'm pretty sure
She was in the Spice Girls.
Yeah, she definitely was in the Spice Girls. And I think she might be the most successful one in terms of singles chart
Okay.
success
That's to be applauded.
of the Spice Girls. They all had singles, didn't they? Mel C had a couple of things. Mel B had one.
Yes.
Victoria Beckham, less said about that, the better. Emma Bunton did a couple of things. But Jerry had 4 number ones.
Yeah, pretty good. I remember when Emma Bunton did some record, and then she was being interviewed later because it wasn't a hit, a big hit anyway. And then she was sort of saying in this interview, I think people just don't get me. I think people just don't get it. And I was thinking that they're open to a pop song by the Spice Girls, aren't they? So maybe you haven't done a good song. Maybe you don't get it. Why are we giving the Spice Girls a kick in? God bless you for everything you've done.
They invented Britain. It's got a slightly Mediterranean feel to it.
Yeah.
It reminded me that it made me think Jerry's trying to be like La Isla Bonita Madonna here. But it's not as catchy. It's not as good.
However, it is number 7. I can't wait to see what number 6 is.
Number 6.
It's a new entry at number 6, straight in. It's Kate Winslet. Yeah, that's right, that one. Kate Winslet asking the question, what if, or singing the song What If. It's called What If Is My Point by Kate Winslet.
That took a while. Thing is, right, what if Kate Winslet went on to have more of a chart career? Because she literally does this and nothing else. She is a one-hit wonder.
Loads of people on YouTube were going, she sings good, she should have done some more. I learned why and why not. Do you know about this?
Why not?
All right, then, let's point out, it's from a film, isn't it, this record? This
Yeah,
song.
we'll get into that in a minute, but I want to know why she didn't do any more.
Apparently, she hated her voice, and she would only agree to this song being released as part of a film, and she would only agree to it being released as a single if all the profits went to charity or something.
That's right. The proceeds went to the NSPCC and Sergeant Cancer Care for Children.
Sergeant Cancer's Lonely Hearts Club Band. All right.
It is from the movie Christmas Carol, the movie, or A Christmas Carol. It's called different things. IMDb rating 5.4. So it's an animated version of The Christmas Carol, and it's got Kate Winslet as Belle. Who is Belle in The Christmas Carol?
Don't know.
She is Scrooge's girlfriend when he's a young man.
I've never seen that iteration of this story. All right, then.
That is a character in The Christmas Carol. I think the part maybe was built up a little bit to accommodate Kate Winslet's stardom. She's probably the biggest star in this movie. Or is she the biggest star? Because Nicolas Cage is the voice of Jacob Marley, of course. And Scrooge is played by Simon Callow. So she's singing it to Simon Callow. So, when Scrooge is taken by the ghost of Christmas past to see him as a younger man,
Yeah.
Belle is the girlfriend he could have got with, who he doesn't get with because he's obsessed with money and business and power.
Yes.
And so this song from Belle's perspective is all... Because really, the what if in the book and in every other iteration of A Christmas Carol is Scrooge going, oh, what if I'd stayed with Belle? Whereas this is Belle saying, what if I'd stayed with Scrooge?
Yes, full of that, isn't it? What if I had never let you go? Would you be the man I used to know? If I'd stayed, if you tried, if we could only turn back time.
Which is kind of blaming herself for how Scrooge turns out.
Yeah.
Isn't it? And I just think, no, love. He was, basically, Belle, you couldn't do what Three Ghosts could do, which is make him change his ways.
It's a record with a key change in it. Big one at the end, appealing.
It's all right, this song. It's fairly decent. It's the kind of song that's like the second best ballad in a musical.
I still can't remember it, though. I've heard it plenty of times this week. It doesn't...
What if I let you go?
Yes.
Obviously, I don't sing as well as Kate Winslet. But oddly enough, I don't hate my voice as much as Kate Winslet hates her voice, it turns out.
It's a strange dynamic. Loads of people saying this reminds me of Rose singing to Jack. So even in another film, she can't escape the shadow of that part.
Does she sing to Jack?
No.
In
They're saying-
Titanic?
they're saying she could do. They're saying this song could, if Titanic was a musical.
They have a dance, don't they? They dance to Irish folk music.
I've never watched the film Titanic. I do not know. My mother-in-law, though,
Yeah.
right, she was watching Titanic and she says, I'm reminded of Kate. Kate reminds me of me. And I said, you're more like the bloody iceberg. I'm saying my mother-in-law's big again. Is that good? I don't feel it.
Well, define good.
Foot Fan Wham Bam says, can we like make a fan page solely for this song so Kate will see us and then we can all meet?
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
We've got a fan page for us, haven't we, James? On our stupid podcast.
We've got a Facebook group. I wouldn't call it a fan page.
You can
there are
meet-
people on it. So, had you ever seen this version of the Christmas Carol?
No.
No, no one did. It had a budget of 10 million quid and it grossed about 200,000. Because it's less than 10 years after probably the definitive version of A Christmas Carol, movie-wise, The Muppets Christmas Carol.
There they are. We've mentioned Paul McCartney. Why not bring the Muppets into it?
Which has got loads of better songs than this in it. This song, by the way, written by Wayne Hector and Steve Mack, who
Is
co-wrote
it?
Queen of My Heart by Westlife.
Okay.
This is also a song about an Ebenezer,
Yeah.
isn't it? Because it's her singing to Ebenezer Scrooge. Can you think of any other songs about Ebenezers?
He's a good. He's Ebenezer good.
By The Shaman, got to number 1 in 1992. And that's it. There are no other songs about Ebenezers.
All right, then. Well, we have a lot of pop stars listening in our Facebook fan group, don't we, James? As we mentioned. I put out a little quiz this week. We put this clip up, didn't we? Since Kate Winslet is asking, what if I never let you go and all that sort of stuff, we offered 1 million pop points to whoever's listening and watching. What else could Kate be speculating? What if? David Hasselhoff's got his email off to ask Kate Winslet what if the Berlin Wall had stayed up.
Sir Alf Ramsey thinks the answer is, what if Bobby Charlton had never been substituted in the 1970 World Cup?
Lee Harvey Oswald is feeling bold and inquiring if he hadn't shot JFK, then what would he have become?
John Lennon's got in touch again to ask Kate what if the Beatles had stuck with Pete Best and never asked Ringo to join on the drums.
There's no stopping the Big Bopper when he asks what if Buddy Holly had never stepped on that plane.
And Cliff Richards got his dick hard and is asking what if you lived forever and never seemed to age.
William Playfair's living on a prayer when he asks what would have happened if he hadn't invented the pie chart.
And Kanye West is making amends and speculating to Kate Winslet that instead of attempting to take over Europe and create a totalitarian state, what if Adolf Hitler hadn't been so bad at drawing and been accepted into the Vienna Academy of Fine Art?
1 million pop points should go to someone. Who do you think?
Let's give it to Sir Alf Ramsey.
Yeah, he don't get a shout very often, does he? Well done. Thanks for playing, Sir Alf. There we are, James. Numbers 10 to 6 of this 2001 chart. I mean, have we given it a kick in? What's happened here, do you think?
Well, I think there's one absolutely brilliant song and a couple of ones that are all right and a couple of ones that are so forgettable.
As always, you can comment down below. You know, on YouTube, comments and all that. You can do that. You can, I don't know, join in on our Facebook and... hey, write us a review. No one writes us reviews, do they? We like them on podcasts.
We get very excited whenever we get a new review. So, yes,
What's
you
that
can
last
do that.
one? What's that fella who wrote that nice one? Have you got it?
Someone wrote a really, really nice one.
Let's do it while we're here. Make shame people into that. Go on, I'm interested. We can do it. It's part of the pop tradition, James. Like Steve Wright in the afternoon. He always used to talk about his messages. You're doing a great show, Steve. We should do this a little bit, I feel.
5 stars. This podcast is a joy to listen
By
to.
whom?
Scott-free.
Scott-free, we love you.
Definitely a real name.
We don't even know Scott-free, do we? This is
It's quite a long...
Yeah,
it's quite
but
a long thing.
Just go
so I'm
through
gonna-
some of the
I'm gonna
points.
do
I
the
like,
highlights.
I like what Scott Free says.
Andy and James are fantastic hosts and bring
Yes.
knowledge and humour to each episode. There are-
Knowledge, certainly.
I like this. It gets quite sniffy about other podcasts here. There are tons of highly marketed shows out there with high-profile celebrities and massive budgets that don't hold a candle to this absolute joy of a show. This is the kind of podcast that should be winning awards and
tell
should
'em.
be in your regular rotation. Not my words, the words of Scott Free.
You
on
tell
the
them, Scott
internet.
Free, we loved it. Pathetically, we didn't like the contributions really about our podcast. We enjoyed him slagging off all the others who got pay loads of people to do loads of production.
He gives us 11 out of 10.
Well done, Scott Free.
As
However,
we're talking about Spinal Tap references. Anyway, coming up in part 2, a show jumper and a chocolate puma, a group with 2 grandmas, a 4-hour-long Soviet movie, and a huge homemade hit.
please listen to all the music we have put in the playlist. Please watch all the videos. Please rate, subscribe, follow, share, comment, like, all that stuff that people ask you to do when they do podcast. You know why. You're living in the modern world with begging, essentially.
And until next
Should be
time.
winning awards, says Scott Free.
Yeah. And until next time, shooby dooby doo wop.
And Bob Bob Shoo Wop.